Hey everybody, it's Craig Witt, the U.S. President for EXIT Realty, and I have an exciting guest here today. We have the CEO of EXIT Realty Corp International, Tami Bonnell, as you can see on our screen. Welcome, Tami.
Thank you.
It's an honor to be able to talk with Tami, but it's more of an honor to be able to work with her every day. And the position that I perform with this company, it's just been a real blessing to have her leadership and be able to work alongside her and just grow something together and just really get to know her more personally too. So it's been a lot of fun. So what I want to do today is just keep this really casual. And I want to make this not just for our EXIT family. I want to make this for all real estate agents because I think we've got a lot of valuable information to share with everybody. So let's just keep it fun and lighthearted and as generic as we can so that we can touch as many people as possible. So first thing I want to say is congratulations. You just celebrated your 20th anniversary with EXIT. What has that been like? What's the last 20 years been like?
Well, you know, it's so unbelievable that that much time has gone by. I don't think many people, especially in the real estate industry, last 20 years anywhere, right? Usually it's a couple of years here, a couple of years there, maybe a max of 3 to 5 years. And yet it feels like 20 years for the most part, other than we've, obviously gone through some adjustments. It feels like it was yesterday. It really does feel like it's been only a handful of years. It's not been that much time, but it's been so terrific. This company is built on a foundation of human potential, and to be able to see so many people grow, including you, to see so many people grow into their roles and grow and step outside of their comfort zone and just keep growing, and to have this hand-picked group of leaders that we have in the company that, one of the things I think is the most awesome about this company is that everybody that has their job in leadership was already doing their job before they got it. You were already helping all across the United States before we made you U.S. President. You were already helping everybody and anybody that you could. There are so many examples like that of how much of an outreach, and it's because they got so impacted by how much it's changed them personally, right? That they wanted to impact that many more people. So I feel incredibly lucky.
Yeah, and you didn't just step in as CEO either. A lot of corporations migrate people into that position to come in and take over, but you cut your teeth here. Tell us about that. So 20 years ago, how did you get started? In a few words, just tell us what that was like.
So I actually came in by buying the rights to the New England states. I was looking at the competition. I was working for another brand selling franchises and doing acquisitions, and I wanted to start my own business. And I looked around everywhere, and everything was either a lateral move or a step down, except for EXIT. But I was a little nervous. They're from Canada, we're from the United States. I wasn't 100% sure, so I asked for a presentation. They came down, and it addressed every single issue I was running into. It addressed burnout. It addressed that steady, consistent cash flow. It addressed people developing, that it was about people and the human element before profit. So I fell in love. I started by owning the rights to New England. A year later, I became vice president over the U.S. A year after that, I became president over the U.S. And in 2012, I became CEO. So worked our way into that role, right? We worked our way into the roles that we have now. And I can't tell you how much of a gift I feel like it is.
It has been, and just a quick plug for the leadership in our company, and I know there's a lot of other companies out there in the real estate business too, but one of the things that our founder and chairman Steve Morris has done is he has built this company with really strong women in leadership. And I want to talk about that before we're done today.
Okay.
But Joyce Perron, our Canadian president, Erica Gillio, our COO, yourself as our CEO, we're surrounded by really strong women in leadership. And I think that's what the stability and the retention in our company certainly, and I'm sure others listening probably would feel the same way if they had the same situation. So we're an international real estate brand. Okay, there's other leaders out there that are in international real estate companies. What is that like? What is your day to day? Now I know that you're focused on trying to build this company, which is such all encompassing, but really it's about selling regions and being a good leader and helping run day to day operations and staying in close contact with the founder and also the COO and myself. What is it like running an international real estate brand today? Like not 20 years ago, but today with the internet and how fast things move.
Well, I think that's the key thing. The pace is so fast. And to me, that's why you need to stay connected with everybody so much more often. It used to be this almost an ivory tower kind of thing, and everybody was distanced. And I think it is so important for everybody in leadership to have an excellent relationship with each other and to stay in constant contact because it is ever changing. And so the fact that we all make that a priority, I think really matters. My job is to sell regions, help validate for selling franchises, and recruiting top agents, but everything to do with growth and profitability, right? Erica Gillio, the Chief Operating Officer, she focuses more on the back room and making sure that everything's run like a well-oiled machine. We focus more on the human side, right? On the people that are in the organization and helping them all grow as individuals, making Exit famous in a good way. So I'm on about 150 planes a year. I speak a couple hundred times a year. We do that to raise the bar, hopefully, on the real estate industry as a whole, but certainly to help our people as well. No day is identical to the next, although there are a couple of things that I do consistently that I think help to keep that pushing forward and to help keep us growing.
Mm-hmm. So real estate agents are fiercely loyal to the companies that they belong to. I mean, I've experienced it now for 15 years in this industry. You've done it for half your life. And one of the things that we all do in this industry is we try to attract good talent. We try to recruit. We try to throw events. We try to make sure that our company is better than everybody else. In saying that, what is the one thing, or what is something that you think attracts agents to other companies? Because it's a financial move. It's an emotional move. They're uprooting their business life as independent contractors. What do you think it is that attracts an agent to not just necessarily our brand, but any brand? Why do they move? Why would they move?
Well, I think there's 7 things that in interviewing people that are top producers, there's 7 things that they come to a company for. Number 1 is leadership. Number 2 is education. Number 3 is help with technology. Number 4 is help with the details, right? That they want somebody to give them a system that's in place. Number 5 is a marketing program that they can track. Number 6 is image. They want that nice, polished, professional image. And number 7 today, which didn't exist, a little over 20 years ago, is they want some skin in the game. They want a vested interest. But I think the most attractive thing to the people that we're introducing into the company, and I always say it, you owe it to yourself to take a closer look. What's the worst thing that can happen? You decide, know what, it's not for me. I'm going to stay exactly where I am, but at least you know what's out there. I think the thing that attracts them more than anything else is how well all of our people connect with each other. So they're actually attracted in instead of recruited in, because there are satisfied agents, and happy brokers in the system.
Yeah. And, I mentioned it a few minutes ago that one of your biggest jobs, probably certainly out on the street, is trying to generate and locate and identify good regional owner prospects. What is a regional owner? Tell me about what that is. What makes us unique from other companies, for example, and then what makes a good regional owner? Where do you find them, and what does that look like?
So regional owners, typically, they own the rights to an entire state or province. Some of it's a portion of, like Ontario, because it's so much of the entire population in Canada. California, New York, and Texas are split up a little bit because of how much, literally just how big they are geographically and how dense the population is. But typically, it's a state, and once people get good at it, they usually expand. And that's a great thing to see. They become serial entrepreneurs. Number 1, they need to be good entrepreneurs, that they are not afraid of leading. They really want to lead. They really need to be an active listener so that they can find out what people want, so that they put the right people on the bus, right? That they get those right people involved. Most of the people that we have owned other businesses, and usually real estate related, if not in real estate, mortgage companies, title companies, appraisal companies, insurance companies, obviously, because they get the residual component, or people that have really built an office and done such a terrific job, they know that they could help people duplicate that and replicate it. But the number 1 priority has to be the people that they attract.
Yeah. I want to talk for a minute about franchisees. Not a day goes by in my life, and I know it's probably more for you. You and I do some of the similar things, but we certainly field a lot of phone calls. And every single day I get a franchisee calling me going, hey, this new company just popped up in my market. Or my agents just came to me concerned about this other company, or they're thinking about leaving me to join this other new flashy company. And it could be anybody that comes into town, any of our competitors. And frankly, when we come into a new town, other companies are probably saying the same thing about us, right? Because other agents are looking at joining our company. What is something that you could say, certainly to our people, about that? Like, how I always say, keep an open mind, look at everything. You've got to understand, you've got a great saying, keep an eye out the windshield, but always keep your competition in the rearview mirror. I think that's so important, because today we have so many of our brokers and our agents that are feeling the pressure from not just the economy and the market, but also competition.
I think that key thing is that you have to believe in the system. The system doesn't fail, but people fail the system.
Mm.
So you have to believe in the exit system and what it is that we have to offer. And you do make sure that exit is in my windshield. So this is where I'm headed as a leader, and this is where I want to go. And that gives people comfort in what it is that you're doing to lead, because they want to follow that active leadership. The people in your rearview mirror is not in a derogatory sense. It's just being aware what the competition's doing so that I don't hit a blind spot, right? I'm aware of what it is they're doing and what it is they're offering. Oftentimes, it's just a shiny new object or it's something new. And the most important thing is that we keep reassuring our agents and our brokers that we have what is of true value to them and that is life-changing for them. And the more comfortable they get with that, the less they'll be concerned about what anybody else is doing, because they'll realize that we do have something tremendous to offer that other people just truly don't have.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about planning. One of the things that you've been really good at, and certainly putting our feet to the fire at the regional owner level, at my level, and the leadership level, is making sure that we have a plan. And George Patton said at one time, I'd rather have a good plan today than a perfect plan tomorrow, right? Just come up with something and then work the plan. You've got a couple of different schools of thought on that. One is that you like the business planning idea, but you also like the 6-week action plan. Tell us a little bit about kind of the end of the year, getting your head straight so that you can look forward to the next year, making sure you buttoned up everything from the year before. What advice can you give people on that?
Well, first, I think that you need to look back at what you did right and what you could improve on over this past year. So I look towards the end of 2018, what did I do really well and what do I need to improve on? And maybe that's getting a replacement for yourself in a certain area because there's somebody else with better strengths. But what did I do really well? Where did we grow? And you really look at actuals so that you totally understand exactly where you're at. And now what do I want to do for that following year? Where are my targets and my goals for the following year? And then it's about targets, tactics, and timelines, right? What do I need to do to achieve those? If I am a regional owner and I sold 8 franchises and I want to sell 12, I know that I need to increase my productivity by another 50%, right? So I need to look at what am I doing that's working and what do I need to add into this to make things go better. If I'm a broker and I'm bringing people into my company, the same thing. If I'm an agent listing and selling real estate, I look at what did I do really well. I also look at where did that business come from. Right? Typically, we have about 25 people that are the most influential. That is where the majority of the business come. How well do we know them? How well do we have a system in place and a follow-up? But I'll tell you, I've had the privilege of breaking world records in my career, and I can honestly say that the number one thing that I suggest is doing an action plan. A 6-week action plan. So I have my big picture over the next year of what it is I want to accomplish. I have a perspective on what's in the past. And then I look ahead and say, what do I want to accomplish this year? And so halfway through December, I plan in advance till the end of January. Halfway through January, I plan in advance to the end of February. So I'm always overlapping because I keep fine-tuning and improving it. But I do it on a life plan, not just a business plan, because we really do want to have that work hard, rest hard, play hard, a better quality of life. And so looking ahead and seeing what it is that you want to do. Do you want to learn something new? Do you want to gain weight or lose weight? Do you want to have more quality family time? You've got to plug those things in too. You've got to plug your life in. But then I look ahead and halfway through the month, it doesn't matter whether it's a morning, afternoon, or evening, book off 4 hours to work on your life, not in it, on your business, not in it. Look at all those people that you connect with that you've gotten business from. Where are they at? How should I reconnect? When should I connect? If there's any anniversaries of people that you've sold property to, now we're in the month of November. Who should I be thanking for the impact that they've had this year? And I really plan it out. And as an agent, if I have a listing appointment, what information do I need to learn? And I'll tell you, for me, so much of it has to do with the human element. Do your homework on the person, not just the property. Because when you can really build a connection with that human being, you'll be able to find out what's really important to them up front. The world is ever changing. Technology is having a huge impact, but our founder says it better than anyone else. These are the things that will make you fail. Number one, not enough data. So not enough knowledge. It's not enough information. So part of the 6-week action plan is what do I need to learn so that I can serve these people to the best of my ability. Number two is negative habit patterns. And that might be that I'm compulsive, so I act without having the information, or it might be that I'm inhibited. And it's just a conversation, right? If I do my homework, I won't be as inhibited. I'll be prepared to go have a conversation. And the third, which is what technology has had an impact on so many people of, is distraction, right? They get on online in the morning, they go through their emails, and then all of a sudden they're on Facebook, and then they're on Amazon, and there's too many distractions. You've got to take control of your time. And I find the 6-week action plan really helps you to take control. How do I want those people to feel? What do I want to accomplish today? So I combine a 6-week action plan with, at the very beginning of every day, I take 120 seconds and close my eyes and ask, how do I want today to go? And I literally picture it all the way through. How do I want those people to react? How do I want them to feel? What do I want the end result to be? And at the end of the day, before I end my work day, I ask, what worked today? Close my eyes, same 120 seconds. What worked today? That works so well because I write it down, and then the next day I'm going to be in that habit from the very beginning. And I always pay attention to the 6-week action plan, but from a human element as well as a business element, so that not just my life, but the other people that I'm dealing with. I think that's the biggest missing link. You know, our world is ever changing. And in 2019, you know, we hear all this stuff about disruptors, and I'll happily discuss it. But I think that the most important thing is that we need to give them exactly what they're looking for, right? We need to be the one that we're proactive in advance, and so that we're part of the solution. That I want to be the trusted advisor, the number one thing the consumer is looking for. I want to be the solution. So whether you're looking at investing, and I'm the solution to show you where those opportunities are and what it is that you can gain from a benefit. If I know what's going on in your whole life, I know what's going on, whether you're relocating, you're downsizing, you're upsizing, and I can be part of the solution and make suggestions to you on a regular basis. I'm that trusted advisor. Not only will it help you do more business, it'll help you do a better quality of business and serve those people better. Technology and being able to pop your listings up all over the place will make people look at it. They're curious. They want to see it, but it's not going to make you grow as a professional. And that is what they want at the end of the day.
Yeah, no question. All right, I'm getting ready to wrap up here, but there's something that is on my mind that I want to talk to you about, and I want to hear your thoughts on it. You are a very, very strong advocate for Women's Council of Realtors, and thanks to you, I became involved in it many years ago, and it's actually enriched our lives as a company, being able to be part of that organization. You're now extending that. Tell us a little bit about what 2019 looks like for you with different women's organizations and helping generate more leadership opportunities. And what I would say is, if you want to be successful, hang around successful people. And it seems like you found a way to do that very well. Tell me about 2019 and what initiatives you're going to be working on for doing that.
Well, there's a few things. One, I love WCR, Women's Council of Realtors. The average income is more than double the national average for NAR. So you're surrounding yourself with like-minded people, but I also find that they really want to help each other grow. They genuinely want to see those other people succeed. You know, from a leadership standpoint, out of 16 leadership positions in EXIT, 10 of them are held by females. And that's unheard of in this industry. So helping give them a leg up, I think, is incredible. There's a program that started out in California. They're doing an amazing job with the California Association of Realtors. And the reason it started is because the average production, the average person in real estate, about 62% are female in the state of California, which is the biggest state with the most realtors. And yet, out of the top 100 offices, only 14 are run by women. So it's helping everybody find their true north. Maybe it's an agent that wants to start a team or wants to become a top producer, or it's a team that wants to own a brokerage, or a top producer that wants to own a brokerage. And they just, giving them then that 10 seconds of courage and giving them a foundation of what it is they need to do to get to that point and encouraging them to do so that we have equal representation. I think that's enormous. I belong to another organization, NAWRB, National Association of Women in the Real Estate Business, and they bring in Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, so many things from the FDIC, so many things so that you really have full circle, the whole picture of where we are now and where we're headed and what all of these entities have involved. And then I also belong to an organization, National Diversity and Inclusion Leadership Council, and it's to bring in people from every background, because the more diverse we are, we're a melting pot, right? The more diverse we are, the more people we can serve. And so I think everybody has to be proactive. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
That's the truth. What's that old saying? Get busy living or get busy dying, right? Well, I thank you for today. We've got a busy couple weeks coming up. We're trying to finish out our year as well with planning and all those things. We've got a broker owner training coming up in a couple weeks. Tami, we've got almost a full house there, 60 to 80 new franchisees, yep, and some new returning franchisee, which we're always excited about. So our viewers that might want to connect with you, what's your mobile business card?
You text 85377 and just punch in TAMI. That's how you spell my first name. Mm-hmm. And when it populates into your smartphone, just hit the black button, and then I will actually be loaded into your contacts so that you can reach out to me. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.
Awesome. Thanks, Tami. Appreciate your time today. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Thanks.